And I think the only thing I owe her that was meant to be delivered last week when we recorded the podcast was an apology in public for any heartache that I'd caused her. That was the point of that podcast, but I never got a chance to. So I want to do it here because it's still something I feel I owe her. A public apology for any heartache, any heartbreak, any embarrassment, any matro abatu that I caused you. Yes, I apologize to you in person, I apologize to the kids, but it was not complete until it was done in public. I'm sorry, my friend. I'm sorry, Mati. So, it's been a wild week, and I need to tell you about this wild week. I think the first thing I want to do is tell you that they loved the podcast. You were right. You were always right. Guys, she was always right, eh? I'll understand. So, I want to first thank you for suggesting yourself as a guest podcast. I want to thank you for saying, I want to produce the podcast, Tiko Paspani. She was about, I'm intentional about what I want to do, and I'm going to get it done. But anyway, so like I was saying, Wednesday last week was a tough day because you took ill while we were recording. And the fact that from there we had to rush you to hospital, everyone was in a panic, was quite a trauma for everyone. I mean, your faithful assistant, Motlatsi, was there by your side from the get-go. She was incredible. And the fact that we had dinner with you on Thursday night and you were in great spirits despite your headache is why none of this makes sense. It doesn't make sense. But one thing I appreciate, especially about these children that you blessed us with, is the fact that they are exactly like you. I'll give you an example of your daughter, Wandi. You know that 2 hours after you left us, and we're in the room, all of us are crying, we're not okay. As soon as the tears had dried for a little bit, Wandi turns to me and says, Papa, are you ready to be a single parent? And I chuckled because I was like, that's something you would say. So you've clearly raised yourself. Later that same day, Fika, we're talking about the events of the day, and while we're walking with Lefika says to me, Papa, I hope you know I don't want a stepmother. And I said, yes, Lefika, you've made it very clear. But then again, I chuckled because that's something you would say, because you found a silver lining in every single cloud. No matter how bad things were, you'd always be the first one smiling, the first one praying, the first one giving thanks and being grateful. Based on how we have raised these incredible pups, I know for a fact that they'll be okay. Like you said on the podcast, Renelo has turned into an incredible woman. And again, that's thanks to you because of how you manage the dynamics of raising and co-raising someone else's child. The fact that you and Teboho, without even having a meeting, found balance in raising Renelwe. for me, says a lot about the kind of woman you are.